Hello, Blue Fleet. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Hades. You are quite correct. Yes. We are starting on Trials and Tribulations tonight. I wasn't actually originally going to play this. There's a game that's just hit Game Pass called Dungeons 4, which is like a dungeon keeper management sim type game with evil minions and whatnot. But when I put it to one of the Discord servers I'm in, Marisa Gents said, play Ace Attorney. I was like, alright, fine. I'll play some more Ace Attorney. I'm very easy like that. Yeah, I've heard that TNT kind of turns things around, so just to get a recap. Oh, I think one of the stream monitors is on. Hold on. There we go. That should stop the feedback. Okay. I didn't really dig the second game very much, but I've heard that TNT turns it around. It turns it about, you could say. Word of warning, game was localized in the early mid-2000s, and this game is very noticeable, right? Fair enough. I mean, if it's just like cultural stuff, then I can probably cope alright with that, because that's the early thousands. Oh, thanks, Stream Element Spot. Thanks, Stream Element Spot. You've, this bloody thing. So, I don't know if it's come up in chat. I don't think it does, but my bot's just thrown the notification out just now. That's a silly thing. Yeah, I grew up in the 90s and the early mid-2000s, so, you know, slightly gammy localization from that time period shouldn't do me any problem. Alright, so, we're going to jump in to Trials and Tribulations. Wait! Oh, no! I've marketed everything wrong. Oh, no! This is a disaster. I've got to redo my thumbnail because I used an ampersand. It's not ampersand! Oh, no! Oh, no! No! Ah. I put Trials ampersand Tribulations, but it's literally the word and. I failed. It's over, chat. It's over. Okay. Well, let me just let me just make sure that Yeet integration is working as well tonight. Cause yeah, there we go. That's fine. Hi, Flagship Cham. It wasn't working yesterday. For some reason, Twitch decided to deintegrate itself while I was playing Dead Space. So yeah, right. Let's jump in. Turnabout memories, huh? Should we just like pause on this screen for a little bit? You know. No particular reason. I'll behave. Yes, play Turnabout Memories. Excuse me. Ah! How did I get into this mess? Did I what, sorry? Did I what, sorry? No, as if. As if. Why? Why did I do that? He looks familiar. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Whoa, what? What? It wasn't me. I didn't. What? I didn't do it. Bah? 5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. Here? Hold on, just 1 second. Oh, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapels. Huh. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just I'm so nervous today. We're playing as Mia. Oh boy.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me. What, with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have. I think.
Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
No. No. No, 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 no. That's a very entertaining debate, but no, 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 no. What? What? Fucking hell. Okay. Let me set my dressing gown off a second. Sorry. Hang on, chat. Hang on. So I had a dressing gown over my sweatshirt because it's been kind of cold today. I'm getting too hot now. They couldn't do the amnesia bit a second time. That's true. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No prob. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Mr. Ree. Mr. Ree. Yeah, Phoenix is actually a Dio Brando in disguise. Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers, people screw it up all the time. Oh, you're presenting evidence on me? Instead of running away, you're coming right towards me. I can't debunk your case without coming closer. Ho ho, then come as close as you'd like. Alright. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way. I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I'll save you. Please, let go of my shirt. Oh, that's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. What happened in her first trial? Did someone die or something? I shouldn't make jokes like that, because A, this game series is quite possible. And I'll see. Hi, Aaron, by the way. Hi. Hold on just a second. I'm just berating someone. There we go. I say that. I actually had a case where one of my barristers was on their way to a trial for me, and someone jumped in front of a train next to them. That was a very awkward conversation with the court. I had to ring the court and just say, please, can we have an adjournment? Why do you need an adjournment? Someone's just jumped in front of a train right in front of my barrister, so they ain't going to be there. And the court's just like, oh. I have a very personal way of berating people. Yes, I do, don't I? Coral Island has Chiefs. Well, I know exactly what you're going to be playing for the rest of the week, Andy. Gonna be grinding that G. Grinding that G. Oh, yeah. But this time I'm going to win. For my client and for myself. Lad Guidance, yeah. You're gonna be getting acquainted with the dragon. Not that dragon. You know the dragon I mean. You know the dragon I mean. Alrighty. Oh, wait, is that pain?
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. Ow!
The defence is ready, Your Honour. Oh my god! Have I ever had? Have I ever had any funny reasons why a court case had to be rescheduled? Nothing that's actually funny. Nothing that's actually like haha funny. I've had some fucked up reasons why we've had to reschedule, but I've never had any that have been actually like funny. It's hard to say. Like, a lot of lawyer humor tends to be Schadenfreude. But in the instances where I've had weird stuff happen, it's all been like, no. You know, I've had some situations where a defendant's contacted me and said, shit's gone down, we can't make it, can we agree to reschedule? And it's like, well, I would get roundly criticised by the court if I didn't agree in those circumstances, but, you know, it's normally the case. I mean, I try to be reasonable. I try to kill my opponent with kindness a lot of the time. I'm not really a hard-ass lawyer. But, you know, my view is if we can come to amicable compromise, it's easier for me. It's less paperwork. I hate paperwork. Paperwork can suck my dick. So the less effort I have to put into that sort of thing, the better. So, if, you know, nothing hilarious. What did I say about his hair? His hair is fucking stupid. It looks like a penis. It looks like he's actually a dickhead. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Then again, being a hard-ass is likely not a great idea in a job like lawyer. There's a lot of work with people. I mean, sometimes. The Art of War is a very applicable book to my my profession, because sometimes you have to know when to press and when to be firm and when not to budge. But sometimes you have to know when there is ground that you don't contest, there are towns you don't besiege, there are battles you don't fight. Like, you pick and choose your fights. If you know that you can win a fight, you take it. You know, I've done that several times before. If you can't win a fight, don't do it. Don't bother. You know, you have to know when to give ground, and you have to know when to compromise. It's very, very much like chess in a lot of ways, but just like 4D speed chess. He had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing right there next to you?
Yes, well,
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well. Oh my god, it even flaps like a penis as well. Oh no! Fucking hell, I'm not going to be able to take this asshole seriously now. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll be all over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. What the fuck?! What?! I used to work with a guy who was called this! What?! Fucking hell! I literally used to work with a guy whose name is this! Oh, fucking hell. Alright, okay. That's gonna change things in this case a little bit. Sorry about the massive amount of volume just there, chat, but Jesus wept. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Polish man going to the eye doctor joke. Oh boy. I know that joke. I don't know the exact wording, but it's like I've seen that. Oh yeah, it's the look at the chart and it's like oh yeah, I know him. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. Then they called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Can you read it? You work with the guy. That's the one. Yeah.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit.
Do we have the autopsy report? We do. Date and time of death, 4th of September at 3 PM. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. He said, was it updated properly? Did Gumfuck not tell you? Did Gumfuck not tell you, Silent Cat Moses? Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Right.
I am a genteel man, if you will.
Stop flapping your willy in front of Mia. Come on, Payne. What are you doing?
What? So, Dr. Mia, show him what you're made of.
Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it, the cause? Go on.
Oh, I should probably bring up the achievement list, just because there's probably going to be an achievement for getting this wrong. Hold on, give me a sec, chat. Let me just check the Chiefs list. I want to make sure that I can get everything without having to go back like I did through the first game. Because I can get these achievements done whilst I stream, like an absolute cheeky bugger. No, we've got a different point that we need to press on. Apparently there's an achievement in the next case where we need to examine everything with a whiff of old bag on it, which is a bit disturbing. We're just going to be sniffing Wendy's old bag, like that crusty cheese sandwich. Ugh.
Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
Oh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up.
Oh, what a line! Oh, no! Oh, his stinky little chicken nuggets just going haywire up there.
Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing the tab.
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record.
Do we have profiles as well? We do. How the No. I'm not going to challenge this. Do you know why I'm not going to challenge this? Because my degree is in sound engineering. And I still became a lawyer. If he could do it, then so could I. So we've got Marvin Grossberg. Okay. Phoenix Wright. Doug Swallow. Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay. She looks innocent. Is she like a witness or something? And then we got Winston Payne. Okay.
Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer me, dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let the prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed the tab here.
Now then, would the attorney for the defence please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Gonna make me wince in pain.
He was electrocuted. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? And how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
No, the murderer was actually Storm X-Men. She went very violent when she was younger.
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honour. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
The Japanese name for Winston is derived from the dentist of a staff member. Ah, right. Understood. Oh god, my fringe is... I gotta cut this fucking thing. I've had a bit of a time with it today, chat. I had a quote back from my garage about my car, and they're saying, oh yeah, this car we sold you like 7 months ago. Yeah, you got a £2,000 repair bill on it. I've contacted Halfords and they're like, £1,100? Fuck me. So I'm currently like thinking, well, I'm going to have to cut my own hair for a little bit by the look of it. It's not too bad with Halfords. I mean, you could do like a monthly scheme with them, but it's still something I really didn't need. But anyway.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defence attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
Life in capitalist society is quite frequently dildos, so, you know. It is what it is. We'll get by. We'll be fine.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, though. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face.
Old Greybeard? Are we gonna be fuss-radying the judge?
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well.
Oh, excuse me. Coughing fit coming in. There we go.
You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the tabs, and be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
Well, I assume it has to be her because she dated the victim until 8 months ago. Whoa! She's got a really strangely pitched voice. It's much higher pitched than I would have expected. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay.
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defence has no objection.
Very well.
This should be interesting.
The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. Can this happen in a real court? I don't know, actually. I think you can be... I don't know how it would work on the criminal side with things, but I'm pretty sure that that rule that gives you defense against self-incrimination would probably be relevant. So I don't know, is the honest answer. I don't think it could, but then I could be basing it on the UK system rather than the US system. So I think it depends on your jurisdiction, really. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what you did before you were arrested.
Oh! I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspecting the death of your fellow student, Doug...
But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I wasn't.
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his coat to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honour. This is the weirdest cross-examination I've done in these games so far. Let me just go on the record to say that, chat, alright? Alright, let me just tweak my webcam just a bit. I need to upgrade this thing at some point. Okay. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Guilty, 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 guilty. Go to fucking prison.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. It looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be...
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defence's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that the testimony just now, that there was a lie? A contradiction? Well, I mean, yeah, there was. I didn't know the guy. He was a stuck-up British wannabe. How would you know he's a stuck-up British wannabe if you didn't know him at all? If you never spoke to him, how would you know he sounded British? Come on, Phoenix. What are you doing?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Wait, no, don't you fucking dare. Don't you... Oh, okay. You know exactly what I thought was about to happen then? I thought we were going to get those fucking locks come across the screen. Right, okay. I'm going to bez my save in here. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
There's an umbrella? Why is there an umbrella? We cross-examined a parrot and an assassin. We did do those things, didn't we? We did do those things. You say you found the body, so who called the police? It's really strange not defaulting to my normal talking voice because I'm so used to the cross-examinations being Phoenix doing them. Huh?
Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. I'd say the body was pretty shocked as well. Ha ha! But I... So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So... That's one stunningly bad pun. You could say it was... shockingly bad. Okay, I'll behave. So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Now, see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't you tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet.
That's all I knew about him. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. Hey, Ara, welcome back. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Oh, he's getting the finger there. Mia is fingering Phoenix right now. Wait. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yeah, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Oh, so he's a Spice Girl. Right, got ya. Hummer. Yeah, sure, there's no Union Jack there. Who would want to be British? It's just pure suffering. It's just pure suffering. Okay. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yeah, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Faye?
Yes, Your Honour? What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Udgy. Udgy made a fudgy.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honour, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there is a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business, with evidence I mean.
Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point?
Yeah. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
Oh, you mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia. One more time from the very beginning of his testimony.
I think we need to present the photo. See, look at this. There's no Union Jack there. There's nothing there. If there was a Union Jack across the back of his shirt, it would be, like, really fucking big. Because people who walk around with Union Jacks on the backs of their shirts have massive flags. Like, they're generally dickheads about it. I don't normally like them very much. That sounds really unpatriotic, but people who walk around with British flags tend to be the worst. Alright. Shall we do it? Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Faye, is there some point in this line of questioning?
Your Honour, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. Not touching that one. But if that really was the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. He stripped the body. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Oh, please forgive me.
Mia, you've made our client cry.
Don't let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
I broke him already. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you let me break you? Yeah, just saying.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Oh. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright. Ow! You seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
No. Because, actually, hang on, no. Tell a lie. You can take cold medication into the court. I know this because I did it recently. And the ushers were like, we don't need to take this off you. Take the deodorant. Because I've been on a train for like... No, you can take medicines like, you know, flu medicines into the court. That's fine. They got no problem with that. You can't take stuff like deodorant in. I think it's because deodorant can technically become a weapon. Like, you get a lighter, you get some deodorant, you got a little miniature flamethrower going on. You don't want to toast the judge now, do you? My fringe keeps flopping in my face. I'm starting to feel like this asshole. Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it. Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honour, I'd like to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X.
Yeah, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What?
Uh-oh.
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
That seems a bit far-fetched to me, but alright, we'll go with it.
Order! Order in the court!
Your Honour, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
Okay. Wait, did it say the victim's watch was stopped at the time? Yeah.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. So it's about 9:05 by the look of it. About 9:05. Right.
Okay. Broken.
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this?
Hold on. Hang on. I'm wrong. I'm wrong because of that fucking clock of mine, aren't I? Because I've got... Did I show you my clock that time? Hold on. Let me... just for the benefit of everyone else in chat, let me just pull up a picture a second of my clock. You forgot the you forgot the colk. Yeah. Yeah, it's like this one, isn't it? No, in fact it's this one I've got. Bear with me a second. Let me just. Is it in my list of stuff? Hold on. Is it in images? Where's images? There, image. Add existing. No, it's not. Okay. Right, let me just do this. You guys need to. You guys need, I think, to see this, just so that you know exactly what's. Oh no, there it is. Actually, I've already got it. Okay, give me a sec. So I need to add image, create new, and it was, where was it? It was in stream. No, it wasn't. Okay, number. Ooh, hold on a minute. Where did it go to? Oh no, it is in streaming. Okay. That's the one. Right, do you see this? Do you see this? This is why I've debated myself. Because to me, do you see this? A clock in that position would be saying 9 o'clock, or 9:05, or 5:29. So I've basically debated myself through my own hubris there. Let's just hide that again. Right, there we go. Okay. Oh, this is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids.
Stop talking about the inside of your asshole, man. The fact that the colk exists is a wonder. Yeah, it absolutely, like, my sister-in-law is somewhere on the spectrum, right? And my wife would not have any issue with me saying it like that, because that's how her sister describes it. You know, we're not sure exactly where or exactly what. You know, she's there somewhere, but basically, her brain cannot comprehend our clock. Like, she has a... She can't look at our clock without having a miniature meltdown. It's actually kind of unfortunate, because we love the clock. We're not going to take the clock down, but the simple answer is that sister-in-law just does not look at the clock, ever. Ever. She's fine with digital stuff, but the backwards clock just blows her brain up. You know, her brain just doesn't accept it, which I suppose is fair. I mean, it took me ages to get used to it as well, but... Alright, speaking of asses, you just read the worst thing ever. Uh-oh. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. Attorney picks up a client suing a sex toy company who advertised... Oh my god, I remember that. I remember that. The anal railgun. You know what the thing is? The thing is, that case is meritorious. I would run that case. You have several questions about that person and their sanity. Plug has a metallic core accelerated to the top of the client's chest cavity, described as an anal railgun. Yeah. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Yeah, that case has merit. That case has big merit.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Did the guy survive? Kind of. Like, how do you quantify survival? How do you quantify survival? There we go. With major injuries, I mean, life-changing injuries. You know, if you think like a butt plug with a silicone core accelerating through the chest cavity, you're going through almost all the major organs of the body. Breathing, heart beating, still capable of coherent thoughts. Most of those thoughts being, why? Ah! No. Most of those thoughts being,
Why? Why did I put the butt plug in my ass? Why? Ow! Did I go for an MRI scan with the anal railgun prepped to fire?
you know, it's like that it's like the ending bit in Halo Reach where you get on the railgun, except it's the inside of that guy's asshole. Jeez. Grim. Okay. It's time for Safe Scum Right. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. Reach was good, yeah. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is...
It's kind of embarrassing. She's my sweetheart.
What was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
I can think of a nastier one. I can think of a much nastier love triangle. Turnabout Big Top. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
That fucking case. I mean, you know what? I know that Ari's going to throw something at me for this, but I still feel like Big Top was my favourite case from that game. Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist, I see.
I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that ran on high voltage electricity.
Ho ho! How fascinating! He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? No, the thing is, I'm never wrong. Because I'm always... Wait. I can't make the I'm always right jokes on me right now. Fuck! Damn it! Oh, okay. So you're absolutely certain you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. Let's go back and... let's ask about pharmacology. Phoenix, stop with your animations. Okay. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there's high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah, there are electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. So what was it you were talking about? You know. But maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So, you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then, why, Mr. Wright? Why'd you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? Spring? I thought it happened in September! I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. Their hand's going to be sore from slamming down on the bench all the damn time. Yeah. Oh, ah! I clicked off. Hang on a minute. There we go. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. There we go. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Sorry. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? Maybe they're Southern Hemisphere, did they just cock up the season timing? Or maybe they're Yankee bastards. 4-9. That says 4th of September to me, but to a Yankee bastard, well, could be different, couldn't it? Could be different. Could be different. You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Oh, you like devouring your eggs, do you? Pervert.
Oh, why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Yanks without tanks.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Miss Wright.
Hi, Frank. 1 second. I'm just berating again.
Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
I knew it's too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honour.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is... you're correct, Your Honour.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done... Is this leading me into danger?
Danger zone!
Maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Oh, yeah, it's there. There's an electrical cable there.
Your Honour. Yes, Miss Fay.
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgot about that.
Now then, Miss Fay, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
I think it's here. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Fay, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
It's the umbrella. It's there. Well, naturally, it's right here. Aren't they quite low for a high voltage cable? I wouldn't know. I don't know what the regulations are for those.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honour. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable.
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That's the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Oh yes, pat me on the head, Daddy. Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant.
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints want something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
Thank you, Damon Gant.
Ah, you mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket.
Oh, come on.
The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
Come on.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
Order, order, order. That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg.
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honour.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case.
Do we have an electrical engineer in chat? Closest you're going to get is Hart, I think. But he's more like IT systems. Wah. Hold it! Yeah.
Do you have something further to add, Miss Fay?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fay, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I represent you to the very end.
already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Wright.
I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further...
I did it. You did what? I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. It's my fault that Doug Swallow died. Oh, he's the one with the umbrella. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Huh. Well.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're absolutely convinced you are.
Please. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
Oh, it feels like my hemorrhoids is doing the Harlem Shake.
What a mental image! Oh no! It's like a box of popcorn chicken being shaken around inside this guy's butt. Oh god! Is this what you meant about the translation, Hades, or is this like? Oh! Okay. That guy. He was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. It's just Grossberg being awful. Sounds like he's ribbed for another's pleasure. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there'd been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honour. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Okay. Okay. We save scum. Again. Because of course we do. That's what we do on this channel. We do a little saving, we do a little scumming. So, what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favours here, Mr. Wright. Oh, I love the save scumming. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just... Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. Frankly, I'm surprised they didn't call Dolly to the stand already. I mean, she looks like such a sweet, innocent girl. You know, surely there's no evil in her heart. Surely. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and I flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right, there was nothing like that at all.
But it is possible that you merely overlooked it.
Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like a cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
A loud noise, and what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
He. Clearly, Your Honour. It was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Do we ask for more details? I don't want Phoenix to get penalised. And he will. In the prison system of the US. He's trying to build a prison. He's trying to build a... Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah, could it have been... Yep, could it have been Harry Pentelis? When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Yeah, because... Look at this. If he's fallen onto the umbrella's all the way over here, but he's here. If he's fallen on the umbrella's still be underneath him. Someone's moved him there. Someone's moved him there. Well... This is it, Mia. New information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
Oh, I'm going to make you eat that fucking haircock.
The court agrees to the defence's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
Get pressed, Phoenix. I'm sure Phoenix would have absolutely loved me to press him, generally, but, you know. So, Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. Are you certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
Ooh, my stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why did she just kick him? She didn't just kick him, she karate kicked her own boss in the stomach. Oh, damn. Damn.
Continue on with your testimony, witness.
Now, I think we press on everything, but if we need to go back, you actually feel bad for Grossberg. I feel bad for me because I've not got an office lady lawyer kicking me in the stomach. I feel very upset right now, actually. What's my life become that I don't get that? Motherfuckers. Okay. I'm going to press on everything, and I think we're going to try and present the photo on this statement. After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yeah, I did. I admit it, I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? No, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from the testimony, my dear, I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now I need more info. Info will help me turn up some contradictions. Okay, so I think that's what we need to do then. Let's save there. We'll save scum this, because of course we will. Let's present the photo. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? You're going to put a pin here. Someone remind you put a pin when I've played through the whole game. What pin's that? What's the pin? What's the pin for? Come on, if I'd mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. What do you mean, Ara? Come on. Come on. You can tell Shinsu, can't you?
Order, order, order. The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately.
Okay.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
Oh! But...
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, Mia! Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honour. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I am afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness. I enjoy Hades. Have a lovely dinner or lunch, depending on what time it is for you. I assume sort of like dinner, lunch, supper, something like that. Either way, enjoy it. Tasty, tasty chicken nuggets.
Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honour. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right, she was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Flick. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Done. I had a great objection. Fucking hell. I had a great idea for an objection, lol, which I'm probably going to make at some point. I've done 3 so far. I've done VTUBER's cringe. What's the best takeaway? I did a rendition of the Mume Chord classic. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, guys, I thought it was something then. Hopefully things aren't feeding back through my headphones, but, well, we'll see. The Mume Chord classic Baron Cook's Rice I've done. I'm going to do another one, which is, are British people real? Yeah, that should be fun. I'm going to be arguing against my own existence. We love to see it. Aw, Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright, at least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. If they aren't real, we've been fighting against illusions for centuries. Yeah, your entire country is just having a collective fever dream. It's just one massive acid trip over in France right now. Sorry, my bottle just made a very weird noise then. Why do you think that? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. Looks more like it's filled with poison. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Grossberg's about to get punched. Okay. Dahlia's present, small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Oh, that's where he gets it from. I see. I see. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present like that back.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August the 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping. Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. Let's have a look at this clipping. Very little information is being closed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Ha. I need to finish this myself. Tried to get baby to say nep again, he said map.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go ahead and have a look in the downstairs reading room, see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia.
Shinsu map.
Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued. It's still not let me stay here. Alright. Let's go. No Grossbergs to help us this time.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
How sweet. Ah, she couldn't hurt a fly. What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
The judge is a simp. I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honour for me to be here in your noble presence.
It annoyed you the first time you played through the game, but oh my god, stop thinking with your respective cocks, you idiots. Yeah.
The honour is all mine.
I mean, he's just flicking his at this point.
No, the honour is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yards, and they're like, it's better than... Anyway.
Sir? Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feely wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it.
Yes, I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Done. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I'd been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
That doesn't match up with, like, what's happened at all.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never...
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honour. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
Hee, you haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey?
Wait, she knows her? What does she mean by that?
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before, once. Wait, hang on. Wait. She's involved in the other murder? But she's so innocent. No. She couldn't have done anything wrong. She's like Regina, isn't she? She's a pure innocent young lady who can do no wrong.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Why would she call her Madam Fey? Makes no sense. Okay. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeny, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh ho, how wonderful is that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation? So, who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug swallowed. We were dating till about 8 months ago. So, what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonised here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. What should I about a testimony just now? Leave it alone. Suppose the statement works in our favour for now. Hold off on looking into any deeper unless it's necessary. This girl annoys you so much. I think she's just trying to defend her Feeny. She's just trying to defend her Feeny. Is the judge being a simp a good reason to reschedule a trial with another judge? Yeah, but what happens if the judge is just like the judge but blonde and with a bit of hair on his head? Okay. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. She's offering the judge a good time? Alright. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on. Press it. But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Doesn't like any more info about the students.
So, did the students call the police? Yes, I was just so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's saying a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yeah, that's what it's got to be. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Slime Rancher 2 update is out now. Okay, I might have a look into that. I'd have to see if my saves carry across. The problem I had with Slime Rancher 2 before was Laptop Chan handles Slime Rancher 1 fine. Slime Rancher 2 is a more up-to-date game with a more up-to-date engine. Laptop Chan didn't do well with it, so maybe PC Kun would. You know, PC Kun is beef. So, probably would do a lot better, actually, now I think about it. Yeah, maybe we could try that at some point. Right. Oh, thank you, Mabel. Welcome, by the way. Beef! Beef pussy! That's what... Ow! That's what you're going to tell that boy. Beef pussy! Beef pussy! Right, so... So he got all wobbly and he just collapsed, did he? Is it the autopsy report? I'm going to save that. I'm going to try and play the autopsy report and see what happens. Oh, give me a sec, chat. Okay, I'm back. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never... Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defence is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting, Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Pain, you fucking coward. Would you not... Yeah, but if Mia's giving you the death stare, that means she's probably going to kick you soon. Is that not reward enough in itself, chat? I say yes. I say it is.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne.
Ow!
The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. What? There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you just came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw.
Yes, Your Honour, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Press there.
You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right.
Did she really, actually in the courtroom? Actually, objection, dumbass. Have you not heard? You absolute failure. Did Gumfuck not tell you? Sorry, coke noises. We've done this. That entire skit lives rent-free in my head these days.
So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
Kissing.
I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
Show you that meme was the best thing you did ever. Yeah, it really was. You want to know something? You want to know something? So it came up in mod chat the other day. Not Forest mod chat. I'm talking like one of the cross server mod chats. Someone said my defense is absolutely flawless, and I got to do the entire fucking thing on them. Beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
Nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Mr. Judge, now then, please proceed with your testimony.
So what do we need to do here? This is a surprisingly tricky first case. Present Winston Payne as evidence. Okay, so let's go back over the testimonies, shall we? So she's been planning to go back to Feeney's place after the class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. She didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting. She didn't hear anything unusual either. The umbrella, maybe? The loud crack? The loud crack, maybe? What's that? Hello. Cat was outside the stream room door being a taffer. Hi, Cat. It's Smudge. She's the 12-year-old cat. Yeah. She's our cute little cuddly grandma. Okay. I'm going to try and present the umbrella. I'm not confident that the... wait, no. Phoenix's testimony. Didn't hear anything unusual. It's his testimony. Ha ha ha. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me.
Flick.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Ooh.
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise.
Oh, she's cute.
You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honour, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now, she said something that could totally change the whole case. There was lightning? Yeah, because he could have just been shot. He could have just been hit by lightning. Your Honour, there's a problem with this witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning's actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honour. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? The little damsel in distress act pisses you off as much as it pissed you off when you first played the game. I mean, but she seems so genuine. She seems so earnest and forthright. You know, she's just trying to protect her Feeny. What? She's so innocent. She couldn't do any wrong.
Oh! I must admit that the thoughts had not occurred to me.
She's just a little girl. No, she's a 20-year-old young lady. She's a young woman. It's fine to simp over her. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Dugswallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defence believes that Mr. Swallow is in fact the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defence may be onto something. Could it be that the death was accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that note. Bong!
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honour. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at the location. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Painwell? What is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden around 3 PM that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment's run on high voltage, Your Honour.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 PM.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable.
Uh-oh.
According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Some sort of impact. Okay.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honour, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try and regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defence would like to state an opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
Ha. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Doug has collapsed, right? We don't have the bar though, so I think we're alright. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Grossberg's hemorrhoids. Grossberg farted from a nearby location. His hemorrhoids shook the earth so much the cables just everywhere. Literal national disaster. Just everywhere. The city was in ruins because of this man's fucking hemorrhoids. Oh my god. Oh dear. Well, let's think this through a minute. Who or what was it that caused these to break? The victim fell on top of his umbrella. Some sort of impact. Should we try and play Doug? This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honour.
I believe the only thing that snapped is the mind of the defence.
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honour.
Oof, that was harsh. Please, Your Honour, give me one more chance.
Well then, let's hear it.
So it wasn't that. So if it's not that, who or what was it that caused the cable to break? I don't think it was Phoenix. Because if we say Phoenix, that implies our client, right? Is it leading us to try and implicate the witness? Go on then, why not? No, it's not Dahlia. At least we're not getting penalised on this. So it's not... The umbrella, maybe? I don't get what it's trying to lead me towards here, chat. It's my lawyer's badge. It's definitely my lawyer's badge. Should we say Phoenix? Fuck it, let's go for that. Your Honour, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 PM, correct?
Yes, that sounds right.
Oh wait, it actually was Phoenix. Hey Hades, welcome back.
Wait, who's saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. See, I wouldn't have thought that, because the thing is, if the power outage and the electrical cable being, like, broken is what's caused this guy to die, suggesting Phoenix implicates our client. There's no way a lawyer would think to do that. That's fucking bonkers. The logic in this game astounds and surprises me at every twist and turn, mostly because it's just not there a lot of the time. But okay.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense, and the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honour, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Oh, okay. It's a very roundabout gambit. That's probably why I wouldn't have thought about it, because implicating your client in any way is like a huge no-no. You don't do it, like, ever.
Order in the court.
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. Oh, so Mia's going all Conan now, is she?
It's true, the defence is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What the?
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge.
Of course it's alright, just go right in and give your new testimony.
Oh, this is it. She's finally starting to show her true colours. You know something I've just noticed? You know something I've just noticed, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but she has the same eye colour and facial structure as Pearl. Is that just me? Am I just like seeing random bullshit at this point, or is that? Yeah, because Pearl's got like grey eyes, doesn't she? Because don't all the Fays have grey eyes? It's like she kind of reminds me of an older version of Pearl, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that's relevant at all. It's just something I've just picked up on it. The truth is a spoiler. Have I just stumbled onto something I'm not meant to know yet? Oh, fucking hell, not again. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why do I do this? Okay.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind, giggly. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
The watch contradicts there.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay. Right. Oh, this is the achievement press. We have to press on this to get that achievement. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
I know, I'm sorry. I want to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl, I know. Oh, Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't.
What you did is go... Oh, come now. It's just a little old white lie.
Judge, what the fuck?
We'll forget it this time. Please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Ho, ho, ho.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. There we go. Beware, Your Honour. He's being way too lenient, yeah. Okay. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Giggity. Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Really, Judge? Oh, hang on, I haven't pressed that statement. Press! So, let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold?
Oh. Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? Attempting to manipulate a judge would never fly in court. You can try and appeal to a judge's ego, and a lot of interaction with the court is stroking the ego of the court. But you cannot be seen to try and influence the judge with anything other than facts. If you try to influence the judge with anything other than facts, you're gonna get shot for that. Yeah, they will shoot you the fuck down. They do not tolerate being brown-nosed at all. At least in the UK. Like, you can brown-nose them in the respect sense. You have to do that a little bit. But beyond being very respectful to them, that's as far as it goes. If you try to butter a judge up, you are going to get so fucked. You're going to get the anal railgun shoved up your ass, and the judge is just going to stick you in that MRI scan themselves. Ooh. You might enjoy it, you never know. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both, and they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there weren't. Madam Fay, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully?
Why does she keep on calling her Madam Fay? That's a bit weird.
I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My feeling wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
I think I've got her. Because that's clearly 5 past 3. I'm gonna press this and I'm gonna try and do that as the gotcha. It feels so good to see 2-4 just vanishing before my eyes like that. To quietly insult Mia by calling her old. In the anime she calls her a bar-chan. Yeah, but it's Madam is almost like a deferential term of respect. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with the lies. This is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. I'm sure it's the watch. I'm gonna play the watch because if it's occurred in less than a minute, then why does the watch say 5 past? That's the whole 4 ass minutes, right? That's a whole 4 ass minutes for her to do whatever she wants. That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 PM.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Fay?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 PM.
Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? Well, the defence proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Oh. Wait. Wait.
This is nonsense. The real murderer...
Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who are you saying else could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Wait, it's her!
Miss Fay, is the defence ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's fucking her, isn't it? The sweet young lady. Does she have a dark side that we don't know about, chap? Does she have a dark side that we just don't know about? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honour, we're ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalised. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fay. Now then, Miss Fay, let's have it. Who's the real killer?
It's Grossberg. I wanted to indict the judge. Probably wouldn't have gone over very well, huh? The real killer's Phoenix Wright court is adjourned. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. You can accidentally do that in 2-3. Yeah, I remember. I've seen the clip online. It's the point where, where's the bust? It's under your chair, Judge. I don't think it's you lose on the spot. I had to look into it after the fact. It's a 95% penalty. So if you've got full health, you can actually still win the case. But if you've got any penalties at all, then you just die instantly.
How can you... The defence is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time of the cable rip and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order! Order, Miss Fay! What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! Did she just have a... How can you say something so mean, Madam Fay? I didn't do anything.
Miss Fay, this is a very...
Phoenix. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say.
You? What is it?
Please. Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record.
What the... Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Butterflies are insects and are creatures of the demon. I mean, as long as the demon's hot, right? Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Ow! Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Leave my Dolly alone. Who's this commenting? You'd willingly date a succubus. I mean, if she sucked my bus, sure, why not? Who's this speaking? Oh, it's Grossberg.
He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg. You're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that instance in your newspaper clipping.
Okay. We should have a look at that.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Okay. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in this victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. There's only one character that I have any recollection of who drank coffee in this game. Well, I say in this game, from the anime, from when I watched it, it's one of the few things I remember is Godo likes coffee. So I guess there's a connection there, maybe? I mean, it could just be a coincidence, I don't know.
You'd better take a good look at it.
I just did.
It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, Your Honor, that is... May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is... Go right ahead. Madam Fay, you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must.
Thanks for the translation, Grossberg, yeah. I mean, I'd rather he was translating than talking about his fucking hemorrhoids again. "8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building, and then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet." It's the fucking necklace, isn't it? A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. It's a bottle necklace. There was fucking poison in this thing, wasn't there? There was fucking poison in this thing. Oh, that's why she hangs around pharmacology. Because she's a poisoner. Oh, I've got you now, you little bitch. The defence requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct?
Well, I have evidence that suggests that she in fact has a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defence's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally just make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
That's Phoenix speaking, I got the voice wrong. We're so lovely, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Alright, I missed that was Phoenix talking then.
Mr. Wright, do that again. You will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
Okay. Right. Whoop. Oh, we've got no traces of 2-4 anywhere to be seen. We'd love to see it. Alright. So until that time, you'd been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Oh.
Dahlia's VA in the anime does an amazing job of the role. I don't remember enough about the anime to remember. The only voice I remember from the anime is Godo shares a voice with Archer, and I only know that because Archer shares a voice with Aurelius Clover from Blaze Blue. That's a voice I picked up. I pick up on that guy's voice very, 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 very quickly if I hear it. Like it's one of those voices I just know. Maybe we should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
Okay. You can see an entire show or game of Mia versus evil court ladies girl bossing each other. What the fuck is girl bossing? Is this just one of those Zoomer terms that I'm unfamiliar with because I'm an old man? The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? I don't... No, what is girl bossing? You have to... Is this just like... Is this just like another term for, like, professional ladies who are being competent? Because, you know, that's just, like, not an unusual... I work in law. That's a very standard thing. You know, I think, actually, probably... You wouldn't expect this, but probably about 60% of the workforce in UK law is women. And, you know, us guys make up the remaining 40-odd%. I know I'm not accounting for anyone who doesn't identify within the binary spectrum at all there, but, you know, for the sake of ease, it's a 60-40 split. We'll just kind of say it like that. I mean, you know, maybe attach sort of 5% for people who go down the NB route, I suppose. Go down the NB route? That's worded badly. People who are not... people who don't identify with the binary. That's how I should word it, I think. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm awkward with my words. I don't know all the right terminology, right? But that's kind of where the split would be. So call it like 60-35-5, sake of ease. So now you can explain to me what girl bossing is. Because I have no fucking clue. I'm just a little guy.
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case...
I have to remember the judge on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Should we keep pressing? Your Honour, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask us to continue on with the testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honour, the answer is simply this.
Okay.
You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern century poetry and the criminal underworld.
Ho ho ho, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? No, I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff?
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, but so be sure to read it carefully.
Alright, Grossberg, alright. I'll read it again now, just for you. Okay. He's prompting us to. He's prompting us to play the police report there, isn't he? So she's in the reading room regarding another case. Alright, Grossberg, I'll do what you want me to, but I'm going to save there. What does girl boss mean? Girl boss is a term used to refer to a self-made woman who runs her own company or leads one. The term was used positively at first, but is now more commonly used as a negative or ironic term. As a positive term, girl boss was typically used to describe a woman who was financially successful and who held a high-ranking position at a company, often their own company. In a positive light, girl boss was often used as an empowering term to praise women who succeeded in the hold on. I suppose that's going to be in the face of a massively generally patriarchal workforce, or historically patriarchal workforce. As a negative term used to describe a woman who views herself as an heroic figure while engaging in the same ruthless and abusive tactics used by powerful businessmen. The term is especially likely to be used in a negative sense if the girl boss is creating a toxic work environment for other female employees. Right, okay. See, I am entirely meritocratic, right? I don't give a shit who my boss is. As long as they are competent at their job and I trust them to be someone that I can follow and work for, I don't give a shit, right? They can be literally anyone, anything. I don't give a shit about race, I don't give a shit about creed, I don't give a shit about gender. I just do not give a shit, right? And I mean this in the most respectful way possible. As long as you're competent at your job and you are someone that I can put my trust into, I will work for you. I'm really straightforward in that regard. I don't work for people that I don't trust. If I can't trust you, then I will not work for you. The way that you would prove that I cannot trust you is by basically proving yourself unworthy of my trust. So I think that's probably the... I would like to say that's the case for most people in my profession. But like I say, I don't really... I will care about someone's identity in the sense that I will respect their identity, and that's a given, you know, that's basics. But I don't give a shit in the sense that, yeah, it's basically like I don't care about, you know, someone's background in the sense that it doesn't influence my opinion of them. What influences my opinion of someone is their competence. In a professional environment, your competence is, in my view, the core thing. So like my colleagues at work, for example, I trust them to do the job, and I know that they can do the job. So there's a relationship of trust there, right? So I just realised we're just stuck on the thing there, aren't we? We're about to play the thing. We got into this whole distraction about girl bossing and what that means. I mean, like I said, there is a massive proportion of the UK workforce, at least, who are women. So, you know, an entire courtroom drama around Mia, that would be just kind of par for the course. That'd just be like another day in the office for me. That's literally my day job. I still watch it though. I still watch it because you want to know something, chat? You want to know something? I've got a bit of a thing for office ladies. So, you know, just going to point that out. All right, let's drop the... Oh no, have I said something? Have I said something? A game centered around Mia alone could be nice. Actually, I would play that. I would, in a heartbeat. I like Mia as a character. I like Mia as a character, notwithstanding the fact that she's a good lawyer. So having a game centered around her cases, I would be behind that. Yeah. Right, so let's play that police report. Seeing as he's wanting us to. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Imagine Mia and Lana Skye together on a case. Oh, now. Yeah, I would like to see that one. I would like to see that. But the thing is, Mia's defense... Oh, wait, no, because Lana would be the prosecutor in that case, wouldn't she? Yeah, sorry, I see what you mean. When you said together, I was thinking like in a partnership, but no, they'd be opponents. That would be fucking mint. That would be absolutely fucking banging. Because, you know, Mia is like the OG mentor, but then Lana was the chief prosecutor. That would be a hell of a battle. I'd love to see that. Capcom. Hey, Capcom. Do you see what Ara's just put here? Do you see what Ara has put here, right, in the chat, just above my head? Do that! Plus, Mia and Lana are acting like Phoenix and Mars off the bench. I mean, they don't have to kiss. Capcom, please do Athena Sykes Ace Attorney first. I don't know who that is yet, but I'm sure I will soon enough. Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in the criminal case just 8 months ago. Well.
Order! This is unbelievable! It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. I've tied this save together. Now I'm just going to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks.
Ah! Oh no! Capcom, what are you doing? You know what the worst thing is, Ara? Pavolia Rene is streaming these games at the moment. She's got to read these lines! She's in the early portion of Justice for All, I think. She's going to get to this line!
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Oh no! Oh, Hades. It's everyone's favourite Indonesian turkey. She gives many, many tonjoks, for which we are very thankful. Okay. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that's lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So, you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Pharmacology?
So that's what happened 8 months ago.
However, as we heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defence is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defence has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
What the? Why does the defence suddenly feel stronger?
Aha, Mia, you'll go with the true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
Is he supposed to have the voice of Nigel Thornberry? She's got a 5th ace up her sleeve. Wait, hang on. Do you know what that means? If she's got a 5th ace up her sleeve, that means that Mia is Maximilian Galactica. Fabulous! Throws cards. Okay.
What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defence's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you.
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
You told Phoenix he'd be held in contempt of court if he chatted up like that again, you stupid fucking judge.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Wait, no, she's dead at that point. Billy Bob Johns isn't even here. That's true. Maybe the spirit of Mia invaded the asshole of Billy Bob Johns and turned him into Max Galactica. You never know. Spirit channeling is a thing. Those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilets? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop.
You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeny, please. The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
Press again. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drop says it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
Galactica's design was inspired by yaoi character designs. I'm not surprised. He's got that kind of Gachi base aura, hasn't he? He's got that kind of whole Gachimuchi thing going on. A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite, impressive. Most impressive.
Wouldn't he need to be more beefcake for that? Did you not see his abs? The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison.
I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So, in essence, Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime. It's because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great, now just how did the lit student get all the poison of all things? She was using him to get poisoned. Gotta see if the hand size checks out. Ah, I see. Hi there to my tailfin. I just said hi to your tailfin. Is it an Impreza or is it a Evo? I'm desperately thinking what cars have tail fins to try and turn this about. I do like the old Subaru Impreza though. That was a very sexy looking car. Just going off on a complete tangent there. Dahlia Hawthorne, get swallowed! You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. Habib it!
Twinkie House!
What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Dr. Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow is a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Oh. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was one sitting at his very table. You. Oh. She's a wrong'un. She looks so cute, but she's fucked up. She's got a darkness inside her heart, kitten. She read an entire Shadow the Hedgehog fanfic one time, and it fucked her up real bad.
Order, order, order. Could it be?
That's nothing, but may I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you'd need some kind of container.
The necklace. It's the fucking necklace.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
The Sonic fandom is such that reading any fanfic would fuck up anyone. Is that what happened with Sonichu? Did Chris Chan just like read a Sonic fanfic one time and it just oh god, I've opened a can of worms, haven't I? Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
I think I need to save. My god, all these high-pitched voices. I can feel my throat is constricting like an absolute motherfucker right now. Let me just take a quick swig of this. They're arrested for some war crimes or another. They fucked their own mum and then absconded from court. I think that's a pretty succinct summary.
Proof? She's got me good with that.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
Police conducted a full body search of Dale in the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. It's this fucking thing! A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. She gave it to him immediately. She gave it to him immediately. It's this fucking thing. I've got you now, Dale Hawthorne, you little shit.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where's the container the poison was carrying? What happened to it?
It's here. It's this fucking thing. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So, what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
Payne has been sweating so much he needs to drink some water. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, friend. Let me correct myself there. Sorry, I keep on using man as a gender-neutral term. I apologise. Hydration check, thank you. I think you know what I mean when I say that by now, but I still feel like I should correct myself just to be sure. So, the day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Are you allowed to bring water bottles in court? I didn't have one with me when I went in, so I'm not 100%. Normally they have a water cooler in there and like little plastic cups. I don't think you would be allowed to bring any sealed container in with you. I mean, laptop bag was allowed, but that got searched fully before I went in. I remember the main thing that the usher noticed, they pulled out all of my books that I'd taken with me, and I just looked at me and I was like, the train seemed like a good place to catch up on my reading. The usher just kind of nodded. He's like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. That's fine. Just put my books back into the bag and was like, there you go, mate. There you go. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyse it, they'd find a trace amount. Uh-oh. It makes sense to have them when you're going to throw the books at someone. Yeah. Oh, she did the whole sort of fart animation again.
Order! Order in the court.
On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Some mighty wind blowing in there. It's all coming out of her ass. Pretend I didn't say anything. Because I'm madly in love with her. Phoenix.
Madly in... Ow! Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Oh! Fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god! Jesus! Phoenix just got destroyed. Like, Phoenix just got destroyed like Ored does if you fail to destroy the railgun in the Torres section of Ace Combat 7. Boom! 1 million lives. 1 million lives. Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. A necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
Someone get Edgeworth quick. Yeah, Phoenix needs mouth to mouth. And Edgeworth is the man to give it to him. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying, but you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Oh, Mia, you beast. Oh, what's going on?
Mia, are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace, Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
Oh dear.
Mr. Wright, this sort of behaviour is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. You're starting to see how Larry and Phoenix became friends. Yeah, same. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. That thing's made of fucking glass! Oh. What the... What?
What is he doing now?
Your Honour, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. Phoenix is a cryptid. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He is.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defense is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do.
Pretty sure some poisons lose their lethality with time, so by 8 months, be useless. Some of them do, yeah.
And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can say that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well now, the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up. I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day. The day I met Dog Swallow.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Oh, boy. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Shove. Don't talk about her like that. Hadouken! Oh, Fi sent me something interesting on Discord the other day. So, in Marvel vs. Capcom, Maya Hagar cannot command grab Mia. Not Mia, Maya. When Maya comes in as Phoenix's kind of like assist, she cannot be command grabbed. She can't be interacted with unless I think she can hit stuff and she might be able to be hit out of the attack animation. You can't grab her. You cannot throw Maya, which I'm very disappointed with. As someone who loves command grabs, I want everything to be command throwable. Everything. Even skyscrapers, even elephants. I don't give a shit. If it exists, command throw it. Is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous.
You want to throw Maya? Behave. Behave. This takes place when? Phoenix is... hang on a minute. So... when does this take place? This is 3 years before the first Phoenix Wright game. So at this point, Maya is 14 years old. Behave. Maya is too powerful to be thrown. She also has the advantage of having the Japankla, which is Lashankla, but Japanese. It's a Getter sandal. Very powerful weapon. So what? Really? Am I going to have to call you Ben Woodman? Because I will. I'll do that. I'll apply that label to you. Do you think I'll not throw a child? Oh, I see. I've misunderstood the definition of throw. Well, okay, fair enough. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. Like yeet. Ah, yes. In that case, maybe we reterm it. Like, do you think I wouldn't yeetus the fetus? She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it, she's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defence believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne saved the game. Stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye.
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Yeah, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something which she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, she didn't want to kill. She didn't want to kill Swallow at all. Is Mia's scarf the same as Lana's? It's the same style, but it's a different colour. Because Lana's is red, isn't it? But yeah, it's a muffler. There's something she desperately wants to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? She wasn't planning to kill Doug Swallow at all. She was planning to kill Phoenix to get the bottle back. There was one person that's standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how could that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
Has anyone ever really been as far as to decide what... I forgot exactly how the copy pasta goes, but you know what I mean now. 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. It even has decided to go do what more look like. Yes, exactly. Although she got it to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honour. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. Hey, look, this is the murder weapon my girlfriend gave to me. Feeny. What a joke you are. Oh. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne.
It appears we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? My evidence is in the safe slots. It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client's eaten the bottle as a snack. Ugh. Well, hey, old man, you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? You're not used to seeing Ace Attorney with so many save slots. Yeah, this is the PC version. This is, well, it's on Xbox Game Pass, but playing on PC. So there's 10, I think there's 10 save slots in total. It's mega. The amount of save scumming I can do is amazing. Like, you would not believe the amount of save scumming we do on this channel. Woohoo! We'd love to see it.
Ooh.
With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hack to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Grey.
Miss Grey? Bit of a weird thing to say.
Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
Can we? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that we're well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honour, the defence would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly... Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honour. We save scum again? So we don't have to go through more text if we fuck this up? I can just imagine the headline for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Is it the medicine? Is it the medicine? Is she trying to kill him with the cold medicine? Hold on. Because he's gripping that medicine. The dead guy's got the medicine in his hand. Has to be. Here it is, Your Honour. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Wrong voice.
Cold Killer X, Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defence attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the incident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. 65% more kill. And sir, overall, your Cold Killer X, it will kill. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim Doug swallowed holding the medicine. I'd like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. That's as much as 5/3 and that's terrible. 65% of the time it kills every time. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in a bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she'd accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. On the bright side, you won't have a cold anymore. Yeah. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realised, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim, and on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic.
Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? She would have had to push Doug Swallow again on the cable. Yeah, I think so.
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. It's still freaking me the fuck out that this guy's got the same name as someone I actually worked with. That's fucking mad. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne. He is a simp, isn't he? This cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? It's a full courtroom of simps, yeah. If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Mia Fey.
The butterflies just turned into fire.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
That's just fine. For the time being.
Victory is yours.
For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Yes,
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Huh. Huh. It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defence hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
but even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said.
There. It's all right, rookie.
For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison here, right?
You see, yes.
They went through a lot of designs for Daily before settling on that one. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the trope name, that character comes under is bitch in sheep's clothing, right? From a female on guard, like with the long hair of one, to a shorter head, almost tomboyish one, it wouldn't have worked. You had to have her be sweet and innocent looking to the point where, like, if she's not sweet and innocent, it doesn't work at all. It falls apart. Like, you can make a bitch in sheep's clothing work. Take for example Kendra in Dead Space. Ostensibly, a technician, jaded by the world. No, turns out to be a government agent. That works because of the way they designed the character. For Dahlia, her entire presentation is based around her being this lovely young lady, when she's actually just an absolute fuck. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. When she played a more Genki, cheerful personality compared to the subdued, ultra-feminine one, I don't think she wouldn't have worked as a Genki girl. She wouldn't have worked as a Genki girl. It wouldn't have flown. I think she had to be this demure, quiet, very kind of almost stereotypical young lady for that whole thing to work. Otherwise, Phoenix is too guileless to kind of fall for it otherwise. Phoenix is too dumb. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? No. What's happening? Ah! What the fuck? Pain. Oh no. Oh no. That's why he's bald.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honour. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Oh, tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
He got sheared bald by mere sheer power. Oh my god, yeah. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honour?
Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Oh, shut up, Udgy. My arse, Udgy. Your Honour, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well.
Wait. Oh my god. No. No. I accidentally uncovered a spoiler earlier, didn't I, Hades, if you remember. When I said that Dahlia's facial structure just reminds me of Pearl but older. They know each other. Mia and Dahlia know each other. Dahlia looks like an older version of Pearl. Is Dahlia her cousin? Is Dahlia Mia's cousin? Have I accidentally blown something open that I'm not meant to have any prior knowledge of by complete accident? Have I done it again? Are they related? They're not. No? No? Okay. Have to keep playing and find out. Alright, fine. I wasn't sure if I just accidentally giga-brained something I wasn't meant to yet, but fair enough, chat. We'll, I'm gonna keep that idea on the... You're gonna put a pin in there as well. Okay. They know each other from somewhere, and I don't think it just ties into the fact that they said that Mia's boyfriend was the one who was involved in the poisoning incident. So I suppose we could reasonably assume it from there, but I think I'm onto something here, and I'm going to hold on to this thought for a bit. I'm going to cook it. I'm going to cook it in the slow cooker, like so much pulled pork. They said it was a boyfriend that died. Yeah, well, they said it was a boyfriend who got poisoned. They didn't specify that he died. Dahlia said he died at one point, but no one else has said that he died. It's only her. So I think that's going to be that Armando guy. You can remove the first pin. Right, okay.
Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my own daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gumshoe. Thank you. I know you're there throwing the confetti for us. The reason Mia is punching Grossberg every time something lovey-dovey is mentioned is Mia's boyfriend died recently, 8 months ago. Ah, okay. I thought she was just rewarding Grossberg for a job well done. Thank you, Hades, thank you. I mean, yeah, wouldn't you consider getting kicked by Mia kind of a reward?
This court is adjourned.
Ow! I'm just a little guy. Why are you going to throw a Nod Flame Tank at me?
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Oh, thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. Will I be moving on to 3-2 now? Probably not, to be honest, because my voice is shot from doing so many high-pitched voices, so I'm probably going to pop off. So I need to ring my dad as well, because he's been at the hospital today. Just minor outpatient surgery, but I need to check in with him and make sure he's doing all right. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Is that Grossberg's equivalent to... Is that Grossberg's equivalent to this... Do you see what I'm trying to say? Is that Grossberg's equivalent to a climax? Oh, fucking hell. Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them?
Oh, that's rather rude.
Ah! What did I do? Ow! Stop! No! No! Why? I'm being bullied! No! Ow! Oh, Rick! Why? Why is this happening to me? Okay, I think it's over. I think it's over.
Anyway, this case really made me think.
Ah!
What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client?
That was for the mental image. Hey, it's not my fault that Rule 34, 35, and 36 exist, and if they exist, Grossberg is bound by those rules, alright?
Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Oh, thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something? Oh boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about it, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. Stage 1, bargaining. Yeah, stages of grief, right? But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Oh, what kind of company does this guy keep, Larry? I mean, if something smells, it's probably the butts. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Fay, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Oh, is that the end of the... Oh, there we go. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned. I managed to save my friend, but Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something's happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom, but that's a story for another day. Hey, we got there. You do believe that Wright may be, in fact, more into men. Yeah. I can hear in my mind and also in my channels. Yeah, very true. New episode has been added. Ah, the coffee enjoyer. I remember him. He's like the only point in the anime that I can remember, and it's purely because I identify with him massively, because if I don't have a stupid amount of coffee every single day, I feel like I'm dying out my asshole. Like, I wish I was joking about that, but like, I've got this mug here. Hold on, can you hear this? You hear that? That mug has an 800 milliliter capacity, right? I fill that mug up with coffee 5 times a day. That's 4,000 milliliters of coffee I consume per day. I should probably get some help there, huh? Alright, let's pull over here. Because we're going to be wrapping up for the night. Make sure to not get caffeine poisoning. I'm so inured to it that if I don't get that much caffeine every day, I can't function. I'll probably die if I don't get that much caffeine, actually. It'll just be, like, straight up fucking dead. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. It's been really good to get into this one. I enjoyed that a lot. That was a tricky first tutorial case as well. And I like the fact it had a few twists and turns. So, let me just see. Is there anyone else that we can... Is there anyone we can raid into who I know right now? Anyone that we're not going to kind of... Not really right now. Okay, that's fine. So that's not sorry. I'm going to go give my dad a call and just make sure he's doing alright after his surgery. So he should be fine. It was just a very routine outpatient thing. So not anticipating any issues there at all. But I'm just going to go check in and make sure he's alright. In the meantime, cheers for hanging out with me again. I'm not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow. I know that I'm planning Thursday for EBF5, but it depends on band practice more than anything else. We've got a concert to play on Saturday night. So I'm definitely not streaming on Saturday, but I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow. I might take it as a rest day. See how we go. If I am streaming anything, then I'll pop it up on the old Twitter. In the meantime, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been great to see some new faces in the chat as well. Hopefully see you very soon. I think I'm probably going to play this again on Friday, by the way, so you'll get the stream notification when it comes up. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again.